If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute.
Many children healed. We've seen midgets grow. We've seen arms and legs that stop growing because the growth cells have stopped. Manda da basata. I don't make this stuff up.
Behold, the atheist's nightmare.
That's the power of the Holy Ghost!
Why do they teach every other theory in science except creation?
Warlocks are enemies of God.
No one's ever going to convince me that the Word of God is not true.
You know, if you put Jesus Christ first, that he'll look after all your bills.
And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal.
And if you want to tell me how to live my life, it better line up with the Word of God or shut your mouth.
I'm loaded. I'm pregnant with miracles.
What do you believe?
Send us the cash.
Welcome to the Bible Dumb Podcast. I'm Davey Hell.
And I'm Jessie Hell.
And this is the podcast where two atheists read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And we are joined, as always, today by the Holy Ghost, our dog ghost, who always sits in for every episode. We just thought of that. It's pretty fun.
As we were listening to the intro, every single time, the little clip that says, the guy that says, and you can't convince me that the Word of God, what does he say?
Isn't true.
Yeah. Every single time, I think he's going to be like, the Word of God isn't true. Or,
Oh, you can't convince me that God
obvious.
is real?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
it's going to be obvious.
That's
Or
funny.
opposite.
Yeah. So it seems like it has been forever since we recorded. So peek behind the curtain. It's been like 2 weeks.
And we're recording in the morning where we normally record at night.
Yeah. So that's weird.
So yeah, not fully awake yet. Haven't finished my first cup of coffee yet.
I forgot to get my coffee.
Oh, loser.
Damn it. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Well, let's see. We started Leviticus last time, if everyone remembers. We had a very interesting start. I think I titled our last episode "Nasty Orgy of Gore." So maybe that'll get some clicks. But yeah, so
Were they bathing in blood?
yeah, they pretty much just like sacrificed a bunch of animals and like strew their guts all over the place.
Mm.
Yeah, so moving on. I mean, like literally that's pretty much all that happened. Like I don't think a single other thing happened last episode. So not a great start to Leviticus. I do not have high hopes for this season of the Bible Dumb podcast, but
I think it's going to be brutal.
yeah, but hopefully brutal in a like Saw, the movie Saw way, and
Yeah.
not a brutal like list of like chapters of how to build a fucking tabernacle.
Yeah. I think I'd rather have Saw than the other.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. Chapter 5, Leviticus. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure what that means.
All right. So if a soul sin, so if somebody commits a sin, and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness. So I'm guessing swearing in this context means promising.
Oh, I was thinking like,
Like, I don't think it means curses.
it wouldn't be like taking the Lord's name in vain.
It could be, but I'm trying to think in like King James time. Like, I'm not sure it was called swearing, like to say like the
Yeah.
F word or whatever.
You're probably right, yeah.
And it says, and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it. Okay. So if someone sins and someone hears someone promising something or is a witness of something and he has seen and he knows of it, If he does not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. So basically, if you see somebody do sin and you don't snitch, it's on you.
So see something, say something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going with the other
Snitches
one.
get
Yeah,
stitches.
that one. But yeah, see something, say something. So it could have a positive a positive interpretation or a negative interpretation.
Yeah.
Probably like most things in the Bible. All right, cool. We figured out the first sentence. Good for us. Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things. Hey, we got creeping things again.
Nice, but didn't they just spend the whole last chapter chopping shit up and rubbing the blood all
Yeah.
over? Or is that like in my mind? Did my
No.
mind make it way more?
No, you got it.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so-
remember they took their insides and like put them all over the place.
Mhm. Okay, so 2 chapters ago, totally fine. Now,
Yeah, but they're
Not
saying
good.
these are for unclean things. So maybe these are just like diseased and rotting cattle, not ones that you killed while it was still
Okay.
alive and healthy.
okay.
And creeping things. I still don't know what a creeping thing is.
Cockroach.
Bugs?
Cockroach.
Maybe. And if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty.
Ooh, rats. Would rats? Sorry.
Okay.
Would rats be the creeping thing? Because they're pretty creepy.
Yeah, for sure.
They're like, you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, just think it's like all gross, little gross guys.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean? You touch it all. You touch all the if you touch all the unclean stuff, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty. So if you touch the gross stuff and then keep it a secret, you're unclean and guilty.
And if
Alright.
somebody sees you and they keep it a secret, then they're unclean and dirty too.
I guess so. Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty.
Are they talking about the butthole?
It gotta be. It's gotta be the butthole. See something, say something? Still apply here? I'm leaning more towards mine. I think he's snitching on people,
Oh, yeah.
just trying to have a good time
Mm-hmm.
with their bugs, the buttholes. Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. And it shall be, when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he hath sinned in that thing. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord for his sin, which he hath sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. All right, so once again, you're buying off your sins with the death of an innocent.
Mm-hmm.
A theme in the Bible. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, when he shall bring for his trespass, which he hath committed, 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons unto the Lord, one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off its head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder. And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, and the rest of the blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Sounds pretty mean.
To turtle doves?
Turtle
like,
doves.
From the Christmas
2
song?
turtle. It is 2 turtle doves in the song.
Yeah, it is.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I'm just a little shocked over here.
I am never going to hear that song in the same way ever again.
No.
I'm just going to picture some like Fucking like Pope.
Well, one's
Just in
getting
elaborate violet robes ripping off.
one's getting sacrificed, one's getting burnt.
Yeah.
Wow.
I always thought 2 turtle doves was like a symbol of like love.
That's what I always heard. I think we're being lied to.
Apparently not. Apparently it's a way to get off of some sins.
I feel like they're being very vague with their sins. What sins are
Just
they
like-
talking about here?
I guess being gay.
Is that what it's saying?
Like,
That's
just
kind
why
of what it.
does that Amazon dude keep delivering birds to Jeremy's house? What's he doing over there? He's touching the uncleanliness of man
Okay.
or bugs.
Or bugs. Or he's playing with bugs. Who knows?
And he shall offer the second for a burnt offering, according to the manner, and the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he hath sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. But if he be not able to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he that sinned shall bring for his offering the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering, and he shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering. Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it, even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. It is a sin offering.
Okay. So you could just bring a flower?
Yeah. I guess so.
Like you could do all this horrible stuff to these 2 poor turtle doves, or you could just bring a flower.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, an ephah of fine flour, like flour. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's
What
food.
is- okay. What is the ephah?
I think that was like a part of a shekel. I think that's like an amount of money.
Oh, okay.
It's an amount of
Oh,
Oh.
like an amount of
yeah.
food.
Yeah.
And what's the priest gonna do to it?
Burn it.
Okay.
It's gonna cook it. Eat it. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin, that he hath sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him. And the remnant shall be the priest's as a meat offering. Oh, told you. He's going to eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the first thing you could bring? A female lamb or goat,
Mhm.
or 2 turtle doves, or some flour.
Mhm.
So priests getting fed regardless.
Yeah.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
If a soul commit a trespass and sin through ignorance in the holy things of the Lord, then he shall bring for his trespass unto the Lord a ram without blemish of the flocks, with thy estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for a trespass offering. And he shall make amends for the harm that he hath done in the holy thing, and shall add the 5th part thereto, and give it unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and it shall be forgiven him.
So interesting tidbit here. Write in, Bible dummies. Do you have a typo in your Bible?
What?
The unerrant word of God has a typo. Instead of trespass, it says treespass. Treaspass. Okay, so this is in Leviticus 5:16. I want to
Could that
know if
be
this
like
is
an-
like...
Old.
I don't think so. It's been saying trespass over and over and over again. Looks like they just had a typo and hit the A key instead on accident.
Beautiful.
Interesting. I wonder if it's just this printing,
I mean,
or if like there's multiple like Bibles that have this typo. That's what I want to know.
yeah.
Well,
The one that we have, it seems a little it's not like your classic Bible. You know?
It's not like the I don't know, the one you would get in like a hotel, but it's a little extra.
It's a little extra, it's a little trashy.
Trashy.
It's a little trashy.
Oh, okay.
Trashy in its gaudiness.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I have something to talk about after we finish this chapter. And if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of the Lord, though he wist it not, yet he is guilty, and shall bear his iniquity. Though he wist it not. What does that mean? Oh, he doesn't know it. Okay, so if you sin, if you commit a sin against God and break one of his commandments, even though you didn't know you did it, you're still guilty and shall bear your punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you accidentally fuck Patrick.
I mean, it could be anything though, right? Or is that all we're talking about here?
If there's anything, just break one of his commandments. So, I don't know. So you'd say you...
And it is like ignorance can't be claimed. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, that doesn't get you off. And he shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance, wherein he erred and wist it not, and it shall be forgiven him. It is a trespass offering. He hath certainly trespassed against the Lord. All right. So, I was thinking the other day just about how much of this like weird old stuff is, I don't know, just like really creepy. Like all of the like rituals that today we like kind of chalk up to metaphor, like the sacrament, like what is it called? Communion.
Mm-hmm.
Like where they're like, oh, let's pretend to eat somebody's body and drink their blood. But and we're like, oh yeah, it's a nice metaphor for bringing the teachings of, you know, the prophet Jesus Christ into our hearts. But I don't really think that's what it is. Like, I think
we haven't
it's...
gotten to Jesus yet. No spoilers.
Okay. But, like, there's lots of, like, visceral blood and guts and just, like, real, like, physical descriptions of, I don't know, body parts and stuff. Like, I was thinking about those ornate, what did they call them? I don't remember. Like the reliquaries, that's what it was. Those ornate reliquaries in the museum we went to in Italy that like had like all these gold and jewels, these like super like fancy like cups, and in the cup there's like a rotting finger bone
Oh yeah.
of like John the Baptist or some old saint or something.
That was
It's just
hardcore.
It's pretty crazy. Chapter 6. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
And if a soul sin and commit a trespass against the Lord, and lie unto his neighbor, in that which was delivered him to keep, or in fellowship, or in a thing taken away by violence, or hath deceived his neighbor, or have found that which was lost, and lieth concerning it, and sweareth falsely, in any of all these that a man doeth, sinning therein, then it shall be, because he hath sinned and is guilty, that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing which he hath deceitfully gotten, or that which was delivered him to keep, or the lost thing which he found, or all that about which he hath sworn falsely. He shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the 5th part more thereto, and give it unto him to whom it appertaineth, in the day of his trespass offering.
All right, so one of them was stealing from your neighbor.
Yeah.
Like you steal their newspaper, you steal their flowers.
yeah, or you borrow a book and like don't give it back right away.
What were some of the other things?
You keep a lost thing which you found.
Oh, you do that all the time.
What?
You pick stuff up off the ground or wherever all the time.
Well, yeah, but not. But
You pull something out of your pocket, and I'm like, "What is that? Where did you get that?" And you're like, "Oh, I found it over there."
I love that you just believe that I'm picking stuff up off the ground and not like stealing shit. Most people would be like,
I mean,
where are you
it's
getting
not
this
like
stuff?
people's stuff. It's like, you know.
Yeah, but like if I found like somebody's wallet, like
No.
I'd
you
return
had
it to him with the money inside.
Obviously.
Like I wouldn't just keep it. I think that's what I was talking about. Not like you find like $5 on the floor and there's like nobody around.
Yeah.
No hope of finding the owner. But it said earlier, even if you're ignorant, that doesn't get you off. So
True.
maybe I need to go slaughter some animals, wring its head off, drink its blood.
All right. So we're talking right now here just about stealing, right? Or was there anything else in there?
No, that's about it.
Okay.
Other than you got to pay interest. You got to give a fifth part back and return the things which you took.
In today's time, 1/5 isn't bad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It was like 20%. It's a tip. All right.
Not bad.
I guess so. It's a lot better than like going to jail.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, if you're stealing the money in the first place, then you probably don't have the money to pay it back.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus some.
And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord, a ram without blemish out of the flock, and with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord, and it shall be forgiven him for anything of all that he hath done in trespassing therein.
Okay. The priest is just getting shit.
Yeah, for sure.
This is so stupid.
Basically, anytime somebody does something bad,
Oh, give me money.
yeah, give me money, give
Like-
me food, give me cattle.
Oh. How do people not see this as a scam?
I don't know.
This feels like a bigger
I don't know the answer to that question.
feels like a bigger scam than the Nigerian prince.
It's not even that they don't think it's a scam. They think it's fucking like holy scripture. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Command Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the law of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because of the burning upon the altar all night unto the morning, and the fire of the altar shall be burning in it.
Hey Moses, go tell Aaron that remember when I told you to burn shit? That's a burnt offering because it's gonna be burning. Go explain that to Aaron real quick.
This is definitely coming from Moses.
Yeah, it's
Moses is making all of this
some
up.
uncircumcised lips happening right now. But yeah, he's making this shit up.
He's making it all up.
And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh, and take up the ashes which the fire hath consumed with the burnt offering on the altar, and he shall put them aside beside the altar. And he shall put off his garments, and put on other garments, and carry forth the ashes without the camp unto a clean place. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it, shall not be put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it. And he shall burn thereon the fat of the peace offerings. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar, it shall never go out.
I've never seen this.
No, haven't seen it.
I mean, I guess they have the candles.
Not the same. This is describing a barbecue.
Yeah. That's weird.
And this is the law of the meat offering. The sons of Aaron shall offer it before the Lord before the altar. And he shall take of it his handful of the flour of the meat offering, and of the oil thereof, and all the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savour, even the memorial of it unto the Lord.
I like how they made sure to don't make it dry. Bring your seasoning.
I know, they're basically giving you breaded chicken recipe. Like, dip it in flour and oil and spices and cook it. Like they're breading chicken.
And cook it all night so it's nice and tender.
Oh, yeah.
Low temp.
Slow cook.
Slow cook.
This is insanity.
So stupid.
And yeah, catch this, shocker. And the remainder thereof shall Aaron and his sons eat.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were going to share it with the town.
What do you think they're going to eat it with?
Wine.
Oh, that's a good guess, but no. With unleavened bread shall it be eaten in the holy place.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
They're making biscuits and fried chicken. And in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation they shall eat it. It shall not be baked with leaven. I have given it unto them for their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most holy, as is the sin offering, and as the trespass offering. All the males among the children of Aaron shall eat of it. It shall be a statute forever in your generations concerning the offerings of the Lord made by fire. Every one that toucheth them shall be holy. Does anyone know, like, if they're a descendant of Aaron?
Ooh, good question. I
Like,
don't
to
know.
this day?
I've never even heard of Aaron being in the Bible.
Yeah, me either.
To
be quite honest.
Shocking.
Yeah.
I
mean, this scripture talking about the generations of Aaron for all time has been passed down since they've had this. Oh, no, maybe not. Didn't they just, like, find these scriptures?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Like, after. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that. Probably just making shit up, but, like, where did they come from? Like, where did they find these Moses scriptures? Were they handed down, or did they find them after a period of, like, a dark ages?
I'm sure they were like oral histories passed down and then somebody wrote them down.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing nobody knows whether they're descendant of Aaron. Otherwise, I think that might be common knowledge of Jewish
question
religion.
Is Aaron Moses' brother or friend?
Brother.
Okay.
Pay attention.
You need to pay attention.
You need to pay attention.
I just forgot for a moment. It's been a while.
That's true. It's been a couple weeks, but we spent like a month talking about it. All of Exodus. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
This is the offering of Aaron and of his sons, which they shall offer unto the Lord in the day when he is anointed. The 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meat offering, perpetual, half of it in the morning, and half thereof at night. In a pan it shall be made with oil, and when it is baked, thou shalt bring it in, and the baked pieces of the meat offering shalt thou offer for a sweet savor unto the Lord.
More recipes.
Yeah, it's like a pinch of frankincense. Dip it in the oil in a pan for 30 minutes, and bread it in 1 ephah of fine flour.
So what do you like better so far? Do you like the tabernacle instructions or the cooking instructions?
Cooking instructions.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's gotta be. The tabernacle was fucking brutal. And the priest of his sons that is anointed in his stead shall offer it. It is a statute forever unto the Lord. It shall be wholly burnt. For every meat offering for the priest shall be wholly burnt. It shall not be eaten. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Speak unto Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the law of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed shall the sin offering be killed before the Lord. It is most holy. The priest that offereth it for a sin shall eat it. In the holy place shall it be eaten. in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation. Whatsoever shall touch the flesh thereof shall be holy, and when there is sprinkled of the blood thereof upon any garment, thou shalt wish that whereon it was sprinkled in the holy place.
Okay, so if you're busy killing a bunch of stuff and you get some blood on your clothes, you have to wash it in the holy place, not at home, I guess. Because the blood can't leave the holy place. That's what I've got out of that.
That's probably a good idea.
But the earthen vessel wherein it is sodden shall be broken, and if it be sodden in a brazen pot, it shall be both scoured and rinsed with water. So they're getting some hygiene.
Yeah.
Don't reuse the gross, bloody shit.
It's wild that this feels like the start of germ theory, but it took germ theory such a long time to really come into practice.
Yeah. I think this is like, I mean, obviously they don't know it's germs. They think it's fucking ghosties.
Yeah.
It's like demon spirits in the meat
But they
because of
obviously,
sin.
yeah, but they obviously understand that something's going on.
Right. They understand not to eat the gross old, dirty bowls.
Mm-hmm.
All the males among the priests shall eat thereof. It is most holy. And no sin offering, whereof any of the blood is brought into the tabernacle of the congregation, to reconcile with all in the holy place, shall be eaten. It shall be burnt in the fire. All right. The end of chapter 6.
So now we're learning how the priests are getting fed.
Yeah.
All right.
Learning all about the priests. Chapter 7. Likewise, this is the law of the trespass offering. It is most holy. In the place where they kill the burnt offering shall they kill the trespass offering, and the blood thereof shall he sprinkle round about upon the altar. And he shall... There has got to be just like, this place has got to look fucking insane. They sprinkle so much blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And he shall offer of it all the fat thereof, the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul that is above the liver, with the kidney, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a trespass offering. Every male among the priests shall eat thereof. It shall be eaten in the holy place. It is most holy.
Wait, what is... Okay, the other one was the burnt offering, and that's what you did if you stole something. What's the trespass offering?
I think this is like if you lie. This is the one if you lie.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay,
And
that makes
the
sense.
burnt offering was, they had to, that was also just for sinning, I think. So they had to like have a blood offering that was a, what they call it. I mean, he said it like 100 times. A sin offering or whatever, and then they had to burn something else.
Oh,
So like
okay.
the 2 turtle doves, remember they burned one
Mhm.
and just wrung the head off of the other.
Yeah.
And then now we're getting into the trespass offerings, and I'm sure the next chapter will probably be the stealing ones. Or maybe the stealing and lying ones are all the trespass. I don't know. As the sin offering is, so is the trespass offering. There is one law for them. The priest that maketh atonement therewith shall have it. And the priest that offereth any man's burnt offering, even the priest shall have to himself the skin of the burnt offering which he hath offered. And all the meat offering that is baked in the oven, and all that is dressed in the frying pan and in the pan, shall be the priest's that offer it.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
I know. I thought I was going to get something. Can I at least have like a skin to keep warm? No! And every meat offering mingled with oil and dry shall all the sons of Aaron have, one as much as another. And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which he shall offer unto the Lord. If he offer it for a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes, mingled with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil, and cakes mingled with oil of fine flour fried.
So you're telling me America didn't invent Thanksgiving?
I guess not.
I'm shocked.
This is like he is describing a feast, a Thanksgiving feast.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, we need cakes, we need meat, we need wafers.
I'm just missing the pumpkin pie.
Well, I'm sure we'll get there. Beside the cakes, he shall offer for his offering leavened bread with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offerings. And of it he shall offer one out of the whole oblation for a heave offering unto the Lord. And it shall be the priest's that sprinkleth the blood of the peace offerings. And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that it is offered. He shall not leave any of it until the morning. But if the sacrifice of his offering be a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten the same day that he offereth his sacrifice, and on the morrow also the remainder of it shall be eaten. But the remainder of the flesh of the sacrifice on the third day shall be burnt with fire. And if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings be eaten at all on the third day, it shall not be accepted, neither shall it be imputed unto him that offereth it. It shall be an abomination, and the soul that eateth of it shall bear his iniquity. So yeah, if you leave your meat out for 3 days, then eat it. It's gonna be gross.
Yeah.
Remember, they didn't have refrigeration, so.
Gonna die for sure.
Yeah. And thus the abomination. And the flesh that toucheth any unclean thing shall not be eaten, it shall be burnt with fire. And as for the flesh, all that be clean shall eat thereof. But the soul that eateth of the flesh unto the sacrifice of peace offerings that pertain unto the Lord, having his uncleanness upon him, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Okay, so if you eat any of the stuff that was supposed to be for the priests, and having his uncleanness upon him, so I don't know if that's like still... Oh, that's if you eat after you've touched an unclean thing. So yeah.
Yeah, like cross-contaminating or cutting boards and knives. And
Yeah. If you don't follow OSHA's safety guidelines, you shall be cut off from your people. Moreover, the soul that shall touch any unclean thing, as the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing, and eat the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings which pertain unto the Lord, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Ye shall eat no manner of fat of ox, or of sheep, or of goat, and the fat of the beast that dieth of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beasts, may be used in any other use. But ye shall in no wise eat of it. For whosoever eateth the fat of the beast, of which men offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, even the soul that eateth it shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, ye shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or of beast, in any of your dwellings. Whatsoever soul be it that eateth any manner of blood, even that soul shall be cut off from his people.
no vampires.
Ooh, no vampires allowed. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, He that offereth the sacrifice of his peace offerings unto the Lord shall bring his oblation unto the Lord of the sacrifice of his peace offerings. His own hands shall bring the offerings of the Lord made by fire. The fat with the breast it shall he bring, that the breast may be waved for a wave offering before the Lord.
And the priest shall burn the fat upon the altar, but the breast shall be Aaron's and his sons.
So he gets the best part of the meat.
Yeah, for sure. And the right shoulder shall ye give unto the priest for a heave offering of the sacrifices of your peace offerings.
You're just getting so greedy.
Getting all the choice cuts. He among the sons of Aaron that offereth the blood of the meat of the peace offerings and the fat shall have the right shoulder for his part. For the wave breast and the heave shoulder have I taken of the children of Israel from off the sacrifices of their peace offerings, and have given them unto Aaron the priest, and unto his sons by a statute forever from among the children of Israel. This is the portion of the anointing of Aaron, and of the anointing of his sons, out of the offerings of the Lord made by fire, in the day when he presented them to minister unto the Lord in the priest's office, which the Lord commanded to be given them of the children of Israel, in the day that he anointed them, by a statute forever throughout their generations. It is the law of the burnt offering, of the meat offering, and of the sin offering, and of the trespass offering, and of the consecrations, and of the sacrifice of the peace offerings, which the Lord commanded Moses in Mount Sinai, in the day that he commanded the children of Israel to offer their oblations unto the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai. So, dude, Moses was busy during those 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I just picture, who's the Scientology dude, Battlefield Earth author? It's not coming to my mind.
Oh gosh.
He's like supposed to be one of the most prolific authors of all time. Like he would just write and write and write. Yeah,
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard.
You know, for a long time,
man,
the only thing that was coming to my mind was John C. Reilly. Definitely not him.
Steve Brule. Yeah, he has uncircumcised lips. Steve Brule is Moses. I love it. You ever accidentally touched a man's butthole? Don't worry about it. Kill a couple turtle doves. Double tubs. Not the greatest impression, but I love those skits.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, he's just, obviously Moses is just L. Ron Hubbard, Joseph Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the guy from Jonestown Massacre?
Oh,
Struggling with names today.
I don't remember his name.
It's just another one of these cult leaders that's just like, here's everything that you have to do.
Mm-hmm. They all conveniently get the best parts of everything, and
yeah, I mean, they're just like,
it's ridiculous.
Writing out like all of this like randomness and convincing everybody what they have to do. It's gonna kill me that I can't think of this dude's name. David Koresh. We'll go with that. There's
That's the Waco guy.
I know. Let's just say it's like him. Chapter 8.
Okay, hold up. So, a lot of times I think back to this and I think like, oh, okay, this is kind of like where most people don't have a problem with a lot of things that I have a problem with. So, like, this is definitely just reflecting back to like current times where nobody really has a problem with bail or people having to pay fines for making mistakes, like when you don't have money. And it doesn't matter. Nobody cares if you have money or you don't have money. Like, you made a mistake, you have to pay, even if it means you don't get to eat.
Yeah.
Like, this is just, I feel like where they're taught this, and so then, you know, they don't have a problem with that.
I would agree with you if I did think that people were being taught this. I don't. I really think that people just skip over this shit.
Well, I don't think anybody's reading this, but when...
No, I mean, even like churches, like I just can't see like this being taken seriously.
But I'm sure they're pulling out passages and reading passages and then just making their own shit up.
Yeah, that's true. I thought you were going to say just like their general lack of consideration for the animals they're chopping up for no reason.
Oh, yeah, that too, but...
Or just like this idea, this pervasive idea that by doing something external, you can absolve your guilty conscience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and especially like the sacrifice of an innocent, whether it be a virgin or an animal sacrifice or Jesus. Like this idea that by killing something pure or innocent, you become pure.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, where did this come from?
I don't know.
Like, but it's pervasive.
Yeah, I don't know. I had another thought in there too somewhere, and it was towards the beginning, and I forgot what it was now. But
Did it have to do with Thanksgiving?
it didn't.
And God told Moses to tell Aaron, serve a side of cranberry sauce, but only from the can.
Ew.
Everybody has their preference.
You do not prefer the can.
No, I don't. I like them both, but mainly I like fresh. Yeah, I'm on team fresh cranberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every responsible adult. Yeah. My house growing up, my dad liked the can,
Mm.
and he was the only one. We're like, here's yours.
Here's your cranberry jelly.
The rest of
Pretty
us
much what it is.
ate real stuff.
It's like Jell-O.
Yeah.
I was not expecting, and it's timely. Like, we are recording this like right around Thanksgiving time.
Mhm.
So yeah, a special holiday episode of the Bible Done podcast. Chapter 8. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Take Aaron and his sons with him, and the garments, and the anointing oil, and a bullock for the sin offering, and 2 rams, and a basket of unleavened bread. And gather thou all the congregation together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
And Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and the assembly was gathered together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Moses said unto the congregation, This is the thing which the Lord commanded to be done. And Moses brought Aaron and his sons, and washed them with water. And he put upon him the coat, and girded him with the girdle, and clothed him with the robe, and put the ephod upon him. And he girded him with the curious girdle of the ephod, and bound it unto him herewith.
Okay, new theory.
Yeah.
Moses is a dum-dum. I think we've established that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Just
Here's-
because he speaks silly doesn't mean he's a dum-dum.
Here's what I think.
Yeah.
I think Aaron is playing man behind the curtain and telling Moses all this shit.
No, it's the opposite. Moses is the man behind the curtain telling Aaron everything.
No, it's a double man behind the curtain.
A double man behind the curtain. Oh, shit.
Aaron is like, I think that you need to take all this stuff and you need to give it to your brother. And then, you know.
Oh, he's like, and he's blaming, he's like, I didn't talk to God. My dummy
Yeah.
brother talked to God. You can't blame him. He's got a secret connection.
Exactly.
Moses is just like mentally insufficient
Yeah.
person who has a special connection
Yes.
with his imaginary friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think Aaron's even disguising his voice? Oh, yeah. He's doing God mode on his voice.
Aaron?
When he talks to Moses and gives him all these rules.
I don't think. Okay, in your scenario, I don't think Aaron's telling Moses what to tell Aaron to tell the people. I think Aaron's just telling the people that Moses told him this, and Moses is over there like he can't talk, he can't deny it.
Oh. No.
He like locked it. He put Aaron on a Aaron put Moses on a mountain for 40 days and 40 nights, and then he was like, oh man, while he was up there, he talked to God. He told me all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, that's probably more realistic. Aaron has told Moses just to shut up in the corner. And he's making up all this crap.
And if they get mad at him, he's like, Moses told me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not making this up. God told Moses this stuff, and Moses told me, but Moses can't tell you himself because he's got uncircumcised lips.
Yeah.
That's a theory.
That's the drama version. The comedy version would be Aaron pretending to be God speaking to Moses and then going to have dinner with Moses later and being shocked at all the things that God told Moses. That's the comedy version.
Yeah, I like that too. I would like to see that dramatization. And he put the breastplate upon him. Also he put in the breastplate the Urim and the Thummim. And he put the mitre upon his head. Also upon the mitre, even upon his forehead, did he put the golden plate and the holy crown, as the Lord commanded Moses. And Moses took the anointing oil, and anointed the tabernacle, and all that was therein, and sanctified them. And he sprinkled thereof upon the altar 7 times, and anointed the altar, and all his vessels, both the laver and his foot, to sanctify them. And he poured of the anointing oil upon Aaron's head, and anointed him, to sanctify him. And Moses brought Aaron's sons, and put coats upon them, and girded them with the girdles, and put bonnets upon them, as the Lord commanded Moses. I just picture like Little House on the Prairie. And he brought the bullock for the sin offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the bullock for the sin offering, and he slew it. And Moses took the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about with his finger, and purified the altar, and poured the blood at the bottom of the altar, and sanctified it, to make reconciliation upon it. And he took all the fat that was upon the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys and their fat, and Moses burned it upon the altar. But the bullock and his hide, his flesh and his dung, he burnt with the fire, without the camp, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he brought the ram for the burnt offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the ram, and he killed it, and Moses sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. And he cut the ram into pieces, and Moses burnt the head, and the pieces, and the fat. And he washed the inwards and the legs in the water, and Moses burnt the whole ram upon the altar. It was a burnt sacrifice for a sweet savor, and an offering made by fire unto the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he brought the other ram, the ram of consecration, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the ram, and he slew it, and Moses took of the blood of it, and put it upon the tip of Aaron's right ear, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot.
We've done this before.
Yeah, this is like the classic King James or Moses, whoever's writing this shit, where they tell you what they're going to do, and then they describe what they're going to when they do it in the exact same way.
Yeah.
And he brought Aaron's sons, and Moses put of the blood upon the tip of their right ear, and upon the thumbs of their right hands, and upon the great toes of their right feet. And Moses sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. So here's a major problem with religion, and it's a pretty simple one, and I think it's why so many people can, like, I don't know, leave religion. It's like, you read something like this where you got to put the blood on the tip of your right ear and on your thumb and on your big toe of your right foot. Okay. All you have to do is ask one question, which is, why? Why?
I don't know.
Why the right ear, the right thumb, and the right big toe?
I don't know.
Why would God want that?
Why would anyone want that? Why would Aaron come up with this?
It's the people who take the time and say, why would he say that? That are like, oh, it's fake. God did not tell someone to put blood on their right ear, right thumb, right big toe.
Oh, no. No way.
Nobody believes that. That's just like spooky time, like horror movie, ritualistic, like Satan shit. Like, that's all it is. It's like, oh, this is a spooky ritual. We're going to light candles and put blood in these certain places of our bodies.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's theater. Aaron was a theater kid.
It is theater. You nailed it. That's what I was trying to come up with. I have uncircumcised lips today. I gotta admit it. But yeah, this is all theater. And he took the fat and the rump, and the fat that was upon the inwards. He's got a dump truck. And he took the fat and the rump, and all the fat that was upon the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys and their fat, and the right shoulder. And out of the basket of unleavened bread that was before the Lord he took 1 unleavened cake, and a cake of oiled bread and 1 wafer, and put them on the fat and upon the right shoulder. And he made the first sandwich. And he put all upon Aaron's hands and upon his sons' hands, and waved them for a wave offering before the Lord. And Moses took them. Sorry, the wave offering, I gotta comment on it just real quickly. They just have to like wave it around? Is that what that means? Is that what wave offering means? They wave it before the Lord?
I have no idea.
I mean, that's all I could think of. I mean, I don't know what else that could mean.
Maybe they're like
just smelling it?
wafting
Yeah,
the
wafting.
smells up to Lord so he can
It's a
smell
waft offering. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
It's just a funny visual. I just had to stop there.
From now on, I expect you to start waving your food up in the air before we eat.
You got to do a waft offering. And Moses took them from off their hands and burnt them on the altar upon the burnt offering, and they were consecrations for a sweet savor. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And Moses took the breast and waved it for a wave offering before the Lord. For of the ram of consecration it was Moses' part, as the Lord commanded Moses. And Moses took of the anointing oil and of the blood which was upon the altar, and sprinkled it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon his sons' garments, with him, and sanctified Aaron and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. And Moses said unto Aaron and to his sons, Boil the flesh at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and there eat it with the bread that is in the basket of the consecrations, as I commanded, saying, Aaron and his sons shall eat it. And that which remaineth of the flesh and of the bread shall ye burn with fire. And ye shall not go out of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation in 7 days, until the days of your consecration be at an end. For 7 days shall he consecrate you. As he hath done this day, so the Lord hath commanded to do, to make an atonement for you. Therefore shall ye abide at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation day and night 7 days, and keep the charge of the Lord, that ye die not, for so I am commanded. So Aaron and his sons did all the things which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses.
Okay.
I feel uplifted and ready for a Thanksgiving holiday. I hope all of our listeners are also excited for a wonderful vegan Thanksgiving. For nothing has to die in order for you to appreciate the finer things in life, like friends, family, and bloody ritual sacrifice. Wouldn't that be fun if, like as Grandma pulls the turkey out of the oven, she turns around and you see she's just like splattered with blood. It's got war paint on. It's like dead carcasses and dung burning outside. Innards in the corners.
I'm having a hard time processing this. This isn't what I was expecting. I didn't realize it was just so obviously going to be a scam. The priests are writing this.
Oh, for
This is
sure.
so ridiculous.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be so blatant either. Like where they're just like, bring us all the best choices of meat. Here's a recipe for how we like it. And, oh yeah, God said we get to eat it for all time, for all of our generations from here on out.
Yeah, I learned a new term recently called dry begging. and
Dry begging. I've
dry
never heard
begging.
this.
It's like a thing that is often associated with narcissists, and where they will
Oh, this is interesting.
try to manipulate or in an indirect way ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a narcissist. which is typically the most difficult type of personality to be around, right?
Yeah, I think
This
so.
isn't even dry begging. This is directly telling what you need to bring, how you need to bring it. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Okay, so what is dry begging, though?
It's like,
What's an example?
I don't know, an example, like,
So it'd be like complaining about like, oh yeah, and so now I've, got in another car accident because of these other stupid drivers on the highway. It's not my fault. So now I don't have enough money to even, buy this soda pop. And someone's like, oh, well, I'll pay for your soda pop. Yeah, thank you, because I deserve it.
yeah, that's a pretty good example. Yeah, that could be it.
It's painting a picture there.
Yeah, just indirectly complaining or saying, talking about something, and it could be in a negative or positive way. And, and then basically manipulating the person you're talking to into then giving you something.
Right, so some pretty savvy manipulation, which is absent from
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
What's going on here in the Bible?
Yeah, there's no manipulation here. It is very straightforward. It's just shocking because I guess it's just not. It's not what we're used to,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
you'd think
if there was dry begging here, like that would feel more comfortable than this.
Yeah. I agree. Like, there's usually like comedians that will take passages from the Bible and put them in a realistic context for the sake of humor. Like one of my favorites is David Cross did a bit where he talked about all the different things God created, just from the beginning of Genesis, where he's like, he created the heaven and earth and all the animals and all the planet and the waters and the deeps and the whales and creepy crawlies, everything. He put one guy, one guy to enjoy it all. So, and so you just take, the description that you're given and then change the context a tiny bit to put it in more of a realistic frame of mind, and it's humorous.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting some of that. Like I was expecting we'd read through a lot of this stuff in the Bible and we'd have to like take a step back and to see why it's ridiculous, but no, it's just ridiculous on the page.
Yeah. But I mean, not everybody may think that. They may think that, oh, the priests deserve all this. And
But they don't even deserve it. God just commanded it. Like they didn't do anything.
well, yeah. I think the priests deserve it because God demanded it.
Okay. Yeah.
But so they don't question it. They don't question, wait, why does God want us to bring the priest all this stuff?
Yeah.
Dude. Mistake is not becoming a priest. You wouldn't have to really work.
Yeah.
Just pick out a few passages out of the Bible and yell them out, and then you get all the free food you want.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Stay dumb.